We've seen this scenario before. Jason Belmonte needs to climb the ladder to win the Oklahoma Open. Standing in his way, the top seed E.J. Tackett, who Belmonte knocked off to win this year's Masters. It's time, bowling fans, for the PBA Oklahoma Open. Welcome you to the PBA Oklahoma Open from the Grand Casino Resort Event Center in Oklahoma City. 5 of the world's best bowlers are set to compete for a PBA title and prize money. We have some of the game's best in action in a stepladder format. We start with reigning Tour Player of the Year Jason Belmonte against 15-time titleist Tommy Jones. 2013 Summer Swing winner Chris Loschetter is next, with 2014 Badger Open champ Bill O'Neill and youngster E.J. Tackett waiting at the top of the ladder. Tackett looks for his first career title today. More on the Oklahoma Open. We started with 115 competitors, all from the Wolf, Bear, and Badger Open field. After 18 games of qualifying, 18 players got to match play, eventually got to the final 5. Randy Peterson is a member of the PBA All-Time Top 50s, my broadcast partner, and is joined now by reigning Player of the Year, Jason Belmonte.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Our number 5 seed, Jason Belmonte. Jason, the last time we saw you, you were the number 5 seed trying to defend your USBC Masters title. You climbed the ladder, successfully defended. Today, you have to do it again. How do you get it done?
Yeah, and coincidentally, EJ is a top seed again today. So, you know, they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I'm kind of hoping to prove that wrong today.
Well, now you mentioned EJ. EJ, because he's the number 1 seed, he got to choose this oil pattern. How do you match up to the Bear?
Look, I think this pattern is going to basically level the playing field. It's really brutal out there. There's a lot more friction than I expected. So we're going to be hooking the ball, and the show, everyone can hook it, so it's going to be a bit of fun.
Thanks, Jason, for your time. Good luck.
Great, Jason, thank you. It's the 4th of 5 great bowling events on the PBA Summer Swing on CBS Sports Network. Early Sean Rash has thrown a 300 game and won a title. Ronnie Russell triumphed for the 2nd time in his career. Bill O'Neill came through with a double in the 10th frame to win his 5th career title in the Badger Open. The King of the Swing features all 4 summer winners plus a wild card.
The number 4 seed owns 15 PBA Tour titles from Simpsonville, South Carolina. TJ Tommy Jones.
Thank you, Laneside Mike. What a matchup we've got to begin the Oklahoma Open. This will be fun. 2 of the game's greats head to head. Little bit of a light hit, little bit of a break, he'll take it. It's a strike for Jones.
No shortage of power in this matchup.
The number 5 seed owns 9 PBA Tour titles. From Orange, New South Wales, Australia, PBA Player of the Year, Belmo, Jason Belmonte.
And a favorite to win back-to-back Player of the Year awards. He's been dominant. 2 major championships, the Masters and the Tournament of Champions. The 200, 2-hander throws and has got a split to deal with. 210.
I was going to say something.
Very similar to Tommy Jones's hit. Tommy trips the 210 out. Jason Belmonte leaves it. He's going to try to get the ball to the left side of the 2-pin.
Instead he whiffs, and only an 8-pin count, open frame for Jason Belmonte.
The Bear Open lane pattern, 40 feet in length, and it's extremely flat from right gutter to left gutter. No help, no friction to the right, and there's not that heavy buildup of oil in the middle. E.J. Tackett picked this pattern because he felt like he had the best chance to win, he thought that it would eliminate 3 of the other 4 players that he has to compete against.
Left lane success for Belmonte. We should expect, as we saw, low scoring pace. Ultimate test of the bowler's skill on this 40-foot Bear oil pattern. Tackett, of course, will just bowl in 1 match in the championship. And the Bear pattern will change a lot when he gets to that point. Jones in the right lane. That's got to hurry. Does not. 1-2-4.
Well, Tommy struggled on this pattern the last time we saw him in the Bear Open, and struggling again. E.J. Tackett felt that choosing the Bear pattern, Tommy struggled on it. Chris Loschetter struggled on it. Bill O'Neill struggled on it. And he felt that he would just go head-to-head against the other major power player in the field, and that's Jason Belmonte, if Jason were fortunate enough to climb the ladder and get to him.
Former Player of the Year, former Rookie of the Year, Tommy Jones has put together a future Hall of Fame career so far. But, Randy, when it comes to the top seed, picking the oil pattern, things are going to break down and change a lot between the first match and his lone title match, right?
Absolutely.
Very interesting choice. Jones looking to get hot. That's better. All 10 down for TJ.
I mean, game 1, Tommy Jones has already left a 5th arrow. And that's what happens when we bowl on a flat pattern out here on the PBA Tour. The players migrate to the middle part of the lane, and they throw the ball from left to right, trying to create a little bit of hold using angle. There's not enough buildup of oil in the middle of the lane for hold, so they do it with angle.
60 feet to success for Belmonte. One of the few two-handers on the PBA Tour. What does he say to those detractors about his style?
Personally, it's just another way to bowl. You know, I'm not entirely sure why it has so much hate against it. I mean, we throw the ball behind the foul line. We hit the same amount of pins. You know, we use the same oil that everyone else is using. It's just a different way. And I'm not even thinking it's the best way to bowl. It's just another way.
It's his way, all right. And he's been incredibly successful with it. Your take on the two-handed style is?
I have no problem with it. What Jason Belmonte does is, it's really incredible. For anyone that's ever tried to throw it two-handed, it's extremely difficult. I've tried throwing it with 2 hands. I can't throw it fast enough. Obviously, if I throw it with 2 hands and not put my thumb in, I'm going to create a lot of power. But I can't create any speed. The other thing is, he's extremely accurate. He makes great shots. And when he's off just a little, everything's magnified because of his extremely high rev rate and ball speed. I have absolutely no problem with his two-handed style. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
It's not easy. And he's doing it at a very high level. Jones still off. Comes in light, gets a break, just the 10-pin.
Another huge break, tripping out the 2-pin, only leaving the 10. First shot of the match, he tripped the 2-10 out for a strike.
Wife Nikki watching there, Randy, hoping for a better result in the Oklahoma Open.
Right lane looks like it's playing a little bit tighter than the left. And somebody dropped a cup and caught Tommy in his backswing. Unusual way of putting his hand in the ball. Now a phone's going off.
Oh, boy. Couple distractions for Tommy. Overcome that.
Notice how he screws that thumb in, then puts his fingers in last.
And he missed it. With a couple of distractions there, had a balk, and then to start the approach when someone's cell phone went off, and it's an open. Ouch. Tommy on the all-time top 50 PBA Tour list as well, like Randy. Photo number 30. Bound for the Hall of Fame, what he's done. Told us this week he'd love to get to 20 titles. And then ride off into the sunset. Probably with a golf club in his hand. There's perfection in the left lane. Tommy's an avid golfer. Has put together a remarkable career.
Well, he's thrown a strike every shot on that left lane. He needs to figure out the right lane and put that whiffed 10-pin behind him. Now Belmonte working on a spare in the fourth. And a very slight lead, only 7 pins halfway through.
Belmo ahead of hurry. 2-pin stands for Jason Belmonte, 30 years old.
Well, and Belmonte is really, really sharp. You don't see this from him. Watch this at the foul line. A lot of movement, hopping at the foul line. You don't see that when he's at his best. He posts a shot as good as anybody out here when he's firing on all cylinders. And that's the scary part about him. When he starts making really good shots, along with his power, he's unbeatable.
And 16 all-time on TV, 8 and 6 in title matches on television. As we check his arsenal.
Going with an uproar. Not the strongest ball in his arsenal, but apparently he likes the shape and the motion of this bowling.
Jeez.
1, 2, 4, 8.
What's your
A
best
lot
shot?
of wood left up there on the left lane for our 5 seed.
Just erratic. He's not making shots, and this bare oil pattern will expose any weakness.
There's a spare for big tournament Belmonte. He's made 8 of the last 9 major TV finals. When the lights the brightest, he bowls the best. He's in quite a fight today.
Oklahoma's Grand Casino Resort PBA Summer Swing Oklahoma Open is brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. By Brunswick. Find your next ball at bowlwithbrunswick.com. And by Motive Bowling. Get motivated.
Tommy Jones, quite a battle here with Jason Belmonte. First match, stepladder format. Time for Randy and this week's Track Tech Talk involving TJ.
Let's take a look at Tommy Jones's backswing. You got to do the pro move. I want you to watch where this bowling ball is at the top of the swing. Notice how it's outside his right shoulder. Now on the way down, Tommy's going to drop it inside the right shoulder. This creates maximum power and leverage. This is the pro move. Never get the ball behind you. Keep it outside the right shoulder, drop it underneath, and that's how you're going to create power and leverage. Yeah, that's the power move that so many players out here use. When you think of that swing that comes out to in, I like to use Wes Malott as another example. He's really got a little bit of a figure 8 in there. Chris Barnes, another player that is very noticeable with that ball being outside the shoulder. Pete Weber, he's had that classic arm swing forever. Remember, pros work the inside part of the ball.
the nose. Disaster here.
Well,
Tommy Jones.
Sorry, Dave. He didn't want to go light again, so he really plowed on the finger holes at the point of release, and that ball overreacts. It goes right through the face, leaving the 3-4-6-7. He's going to try to get the ball right over here, throw that 3-pin into the 4-7.
Top spare, and leaves the 4-7.
Take a look at Tommy Jones' arsenal. He's going with a legacy. Remember this bare oil pattern, 40 feet, very flat, reminiscent of U.S. Open style oil patterns. Tommy Jones, a former U.S. Open winner.
Good point there, partner. He's in trouble here. He's got to find his look quickly. And again, it's high, and he leaves the 6-10. Just can't get into a groove in either of his summer swing appearances. Been a struggle for Tommy.
The last time we saw him was the Bear Open, and Tommy Jones bowled a miserable 164 game in the title match.
Not the fitting of a future Hall of Famer. Picks up the 6-10 there for a mark. But now Jason Belmonte is firmly in the driver's seat. And a chance. And this is the first ever TV matchup between these two great bowlers. Interesting, they've never met before under the bright lights until now.
He's changed equipment. And you said he's firmly in the driver's seat. He's in the driver's seat, but I don't know how firm it is.
Not a great hit there. Came in light. Leaves the 2. Could have been worse.
He's really struggling with the approaches. I'm not sure why, but he's not posting shots, not making shots, and it looks like it all has to do with his footwork.
Picks up the spare. So Randy, the PBA summer swing point total, very important here. The winners, Russell, Rash, O'Neill, are into the King of the Swing, which wraps up the PBA summer swing event on CBS Sports Network. E.J. Tackett would be in if he gets Missouri to the championship round of this match. Winner will be in. There's a possibility beginning this event. Everyone's got a shot for the King of the Swing. Tommy Jones, Randy, has not found the groove yet, has he?
And he's really struggled on the right lane. This one's wide of target. Misses the head pin. That looks like a really good shot, and it still goes light. And then this one goes right through the face, and he pays the maximum penalty. Now he's going to a different bowling ball, which is the right move because he made a couple of pretty good shots in that right lane that never even got close to hitting the pocket.
That's a little bit of a better look, but still 2-4-8, double wood. Another challenging pickup.
He gets it into the right zone, and then the ball just labors trying to get back to the pocket. And then as soon as he squares up, he goes through the nose. Tough going for Tommy Jones on the right lane.
From Simpsonville, South Carolina, just outside the Greenville-Spartanburg area. He's top 30 all-time in career prize money, more than $1.3 million. Along with Jason Belmonte, one of only 4 players to have won both the PBA Rookie and Player of the Year award in his great career. 2 major championships, 3 Japan Cup wins. But in OKC, he's not found the look yet. Running out of time. Left lane. That's better.
That was
all 10 back in the pit there for Tommy Jones.
That was a great shot, and Tommy really needed that. The problem, though, is Tommy has to finish the match on the right lane. He has yet to throw a strike on the right lane. Take a look at the 4 players that have won both Rookie and Player of the Year honors. The great Mike Albee, Hall of Famer. Chris Barnes, shoo-in for the Hall of Fame.
Right lane. Trouble for Belmonte.
That right lane is brutal, and it's showing up now for both players.
3, 4, 6, 7, 10.
Just going to have to get the ball right over here again. Once again, throwing that 3-pin into the 4-7. The ball will take out the 6-10.
Can he convert?
Oh, my.
4-pin.
No.
Does not fall. It came close, and it's a late open.
Incredible that this 4-pin doesn't go down. Look at it.
Can I get a re-rack? Thanks.
Unreal. Jason can't believe it. Neither can I. And neither can the folks watching at home. Tommy Jones has new life, but he has to somehow find a way to strike on the right lane, and he hasn't done that the entire game.
It has been a disaster for TJ on the right lane, and he knows it. Ball change didn't help. Nothing has worked for Tommy on the right lane so far. We've got ourselves a match here. Here's the max numbers.
Two of the greatest players in the world struggling to shoot 180 in this opening match. And if you're asking yourselves at home, why is that? It's because of this brutal bare oil pattern.
A nice sit-down chat with Belmonte this week. He said all of his success, a chance for back-to-back Player of the Year honors, have ratcheted up the pressure. A lot of fans just expect him to go out and win every time. Not so easy. Left lane success for Jason Belmonte.
What a great shot. Now he forces Tommy Jones to double and get good count in the 10th frame. Another match coming down to the 10th frame.
Belmonte plans to go back home to Australia. 2 months off after the summer swing to be with family. But he does not want to leave just yet. He wants to stick around and make the next round of the step-ladder format. Strong finish for Jason Belmonte.
Now, can Jones do the impossible? Throw 2 strikes on the right lane.
Tommy seemed so confident in warm-up today. The troubles were behind him from his prior summer swing appearance. Now the chance to deliver in the clutch. Gotta have it. Doesn't get it. 2-pin.
Over.
Jason Belmonte has advanced up the step ladder. Tommy Jones' day comes to an end in just 1 match.
Well, he went back to a stronger ball and moved farther left, and standing in front of the bar return, made a good shot, and the ball still didn't recover on that right lane.
Never had the look. And Jason Belmonte, the reigning Player of the Year, advances to the next match. And Bill O'Neill awaits. Great matchup coming up. Jason Belmonte off to the next round. Jason Belmonte win over Tommy Jones, 187-171. Only 6 total strikes as he advances up the stepladder format. Next up, Bill O'Neill already has won the 2014 Summer Swing Badger event. Dave Ryan alongside PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, Tommy Jones will be there one day. He's got 15 titles. The Summer Swing, not one to remember for the great Tommy Jones.
He struggled, and it was both outings were on this bare oil pattern. And, you know, I'm kind of surprised at that because he is a past U.S. Open champion. This is a very similar pattern to a U.S. Open pattern. He did lead on the bare open tournament that used this pattern. So a little surprised that he struggled as much as he did.
Jason Belmonte, great chance to win back-to-back PBA Player of the Year honors. Tested again against Bill O'Neill next round. How do you see this one unfold?
Well, the rest of this tournament is going to come down to whoever deciphers the enigma, that being the right lane. We had 4 open frames in our last match between the two players, all on the right lane. Whoever figures out the right lane wins this tournament.
Bill O'Neill's got to be confident. Told us just before practice for this event, feels really good after winning the Badger Open. Yes, in the Oklahoma Open. Step ladder bowling continues. Great matchup. O'Neill, Belmonte, don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. Grand Casino Event Center, not far from Oklahoma City. 125,000 square feet, 262 rooms, 13 floors. We are in the Grand Event Center, capacity 2,500, perfect venue for the PBA Tour Summer Swing. See it all summer long on CBS Sports Network. It's been a lot of fun, Randy. Second Summer Swing with you on CBS Sports Network. Last year in Milwaukee, saw some great bowling, and same goes for this year in Oklahoma City.
Boy, you really brought your A game. I mean, did you step up? 300 games. Split conversions I've never seen before, exciting title matches. Buddy, I'm impressed with you.
I appreciate that. Wish I could take credit. Belmonte left lane. He'll take it.
Sorry, man.
The number 3 player has 5 PBA Tour titles from Langhorne, Pennsylvania. The real deal, Bill O'Neill.
Busy man during the PBA Summer Swing. The champion of the Badger already earns him a trip to the King of the Swing. Summer Swing concluding event. Bill O'Neill, right lane. It hurries. 10-pin trip late. It's a strike to Bill O'Neill.
Take a look at this style. Remember, we've talked about Bill O'Neill throughout the Summer Swing because he's dominated this event. See his great position at the top of the swing, but what he's really worked hard on is that 4th step, the step before the slide. It started going a little bit right on him, was causing his swing to misalign. He worked really hard on getting the 4th step to go straight, and man, has it paid huge dividends here at the Summer Swing. Bill O'Neill, the higher seed, gets choice of starting lane. Nice double to start. Gets choice of starting lane. We talked about it in the on camera. He makes Belmonte start the match, which makes Belmonte finish on the right lane.
Good sportsmanship by Belmo, apologizing for the Brooklyn strike to begin this match. He'll take the break.
Belmonte using 2 different bowling balls, trying to figure out this right lane.
Knock out Tommy Jones. O'Neill next. It hurries and hits the 1-3 pocket. Halt 10 back to the pit for Jason Belmonte.
This is why you put power on a bowling ball. This ball absolutely destroys this rack. I mean, it was almost like the vortex created by the bowling ball sucked the 10-pin off the deck.
That play, not so much
Where
success.
did this all come from?
3-4-6-10
A split for Belmonte.
He went Brooklyn the first shot on that lane, and this was his good lane in match number 1, and right through the face, leaving the 3-4-6-10.
Tough pickup here. leaves the 4. Open frame.
I had no idea. I moved and it still hooked.
But his ball reps know, excuse me, his tour reps know exactly what's going on in that left lane, and he's at a loss. He has no idea what's going on in that left lane. It's almost like it broke down right in front of him.
I think hard about what adjustments have to be made. Didn't like it. Through the nose, but a strike.
Gotta throw it bad enough. All the way over there. Come on.
Well, it was just bad enough to catch a great break and turn what could have been an ugly split into a 3-bagger.
Come on. Good one.
That is so key on this oil pattern. When you bowl on tough oil patterns, you know, there's going to be mistakes made. You're going to make bad shots. These guys aren't machines. It's who pays the penalty for those mistakes. Belmonte paid for it in the 3rd. O'Neill, huge break in the 3rd.
Left lane.
Oh.
2 stands for Bill O'Neill. These two are very close friends. It's the 2nd ever TV matchup between Belmonte and O'Neill.
Bill liked this shot. He was surprised that it didn't get back to the pocket, but only leaving the 2-pin. 9 spare at this juncture early on. He'll take it.
Belmonte won the only head-to-head matchup with Billy O'Neill back in '09, Long Island Classic, West Babylon, New York. In an exciting high-scoring match, 235 semifinal round.
See how Belmonte recovers from that shot on the left lane.
Holy moly.
Leaves at 3-6-10.
Again, the pesky right lane. He thought it was good, goes high. This time only leaving the 3-6-10. Not the easiest of spares, but very manageable. Belmonte can't afford to miss this and go back-to-back open frames.
Oops.
Does cover. Left lane not easy for Jason Belmonte.
Well, it was the right lane in game 1. Now it's the left lane. First shot of the match goes Brooklyn. He moves even farther left on the lane and goes through the face for his only open in 4 frames here in match number 2. Down by 25. Bill O'Neill clean through 4. Belmonte looking to make another adjustment on this left lane.
That's better, Belmo. Belmonte from Australia, one of 4 countries represented in this Oklahoma Open, along, of course, the United States, England, and Denmark. He's had fantastic international success. O'Neill wants success here today in Oklahoma City and gets help. Late hit on the 10. Already it's been a great summer swing, Randy, for Bill O'Neill. Brian Belmonte, championship of the Badger Open here in OKC, needed a double in the 10th, and he came through.
Boy, he made 2 just brilliant shots on the right lane. He needed a double. He got it. And I mean, what a performance by Brian Belmonte. But, you know, it's every professional bowler's dream to step up in the 10th frame, needing a double and getting it to win a title.
Now this left lane, challenging for each, continues to be so. 3-4-6-10 still stands for Bill O'Neill.
Looked like he got just a little bit soft trying to make this ball curve. Right through the face, another 3, 4, 6, 10 combination. Belmo left the same thing in the third frame.
Eight-pin count. After a turkey to begin the match, O'Neal struggling. Each now an open frame. That means it's close. That means an exciting conclusion to come from Oklahoma City. Belmonte, O'Neal. More on the way. Great match. Belmonte, O'Neal here in Oklahoma City. Moments ago, Jason Belmonte got some advice from tour rep Jim Callahan.
On the left lane, which I feel is a bit tighter, on the left lane, I'm going to go 3 more left from the left lane.
All right.
And I'm going to keep my speed up. I'm going to try and just get through it and just see if the pins fall.
So it just kind of rolls through.
I'm hoping that it's going to get to that spot and just kind of start to roll like that last one, just tumble into the pocket.
Stand up on it.
Jim liked the approach. Belmo's ready.
Hall of Famer Del Ballard was listening in as well. It's pretty loose, though.
He's relaxed.
Still sporting the usual facial fescue that he's famous for.
I don't think that'll ever change.
No,
That's his look.
I like it. If I could fill it in right here, the sides of the face.
You'd go with that too?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I might have to ask to move that ball return in a minute. Thanks.
Oh, you can see that he's migrating farther and farther left, and now all of a sudden the cover over the ball return may become an issue.
It's all about movement, adjustment, and loft in this case. Wow. Gets a break. Could have had a double wood and a split. Just a 10-pin up for Jason Belmonte.
Well, you can see what happens when the players get that far left. They've got to start lofting it. Jason Belmonte is no stranger to that. But a huge break, tripping the 2-8 late, only leaving the 10-pin.
There's the 10, there's his mark. We asked him about climbing the ladder. Not easy to do. Happened at the Masters.
We're going to find out in the next shot, I'll say.
Said he was totally drained at the end of that Masters. He beat E.J. Tackett for the championship. Why not move in front of the ball return for Belmonte?
Well, he's really good at sidestepping. So after his first step, his second step can go a good 2 to 3 feet to the left.
Feet to success for Belmonte on the left lane. Crunching 10 back into the pit.
Take a look at his footwork here. You can see how he starts left, continues left, third step goes farther left, and so that's how he gets around the ball return.
Back to O'Neal on the right lane. 4, 6, 10 split.
Okay.
Boy, that looked like a really good shot, and he just left the big 4 minus the 7-pin. You can see Bill O'Neal scratching his head. But once again, like we've talked about, the right lane is the issue.
6-10 nearly. Kicked it across deck to the 4, but leaves the 4-pin open frame late. Disastrous for any bowler at this stage as we see his arsenal.
Going with the Black Widow legend, and this match all even now through 7 frames. The good news for Bill O'Neal, he gets to finish on the left lane. Belmonte working on a strike in the 7th.
10-pin stays up for Bill O'Neal.
such a mental grind of trying to throw the ball absolutely perfect just to hit the pocket, and then when you do, you leave a 10-pin. Bill O'Neill is just agonizing right now. You can just see the disgust on his face. Just a total grind. Back-to-back open frames, 6th and 7th.
There's the mark. But Belmonte's working on a strike into the 8th frame. Crunch time here for Belmo. The time he likes the most. Last season, 228.81 average, setting a single season high average record. Brilliant last year and this. Whoa!
Could you throw it any harder? Could you throw it any harder, mate? Huh?
Way wide right.
Absolutely flames this one, and this ball hydroplanes for 60 feet. Look at this. The 1, 2, 6, 8, 10.
An easy cover. Won't do it. 6-10 stands. Open frame late. And suddenly O'Neill on the bench takes a lead.
And
Belmonte falls
Have a
apart.
re-rec. Right.
match
Sorry.
was all even a frame ago.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 open frames again in this match. Tough bare oil pattern. Players are just absolutely grinding on it, trying to figure out a way to forget about striking, just avoiding open frames and disaster. This oil pattern is so sensitive.
Left lane needs it. Has it. Trips out the 10. And the foundation frame, but off that open, he is in trouble now.
Let's get a good one here.
O'Neill senses a big break and opening. Can he pounce on the opportunity as you see Max scores? Here's his chance. High again, 3-6-10, right lane.
Went down.
A mystery.
Went down.
Every time the players throw a shot on this lane, they come back scratching their heads. Bill O'Neill just thankful that he didn't leave another split. Avoids the opening now. Bill O'Neill strikes out in the 10th frame. He shuts out Jason Belmonte.
A good one.
He can shoot 201. The best Jason Belmonte can shoot now is 200. He's only struck once on this left lane.
Came through in the Badger. Double in the 10th. To win the Badger Open. Part of the summer swing. More pressure. Can he get the first? Yes! Flush. Shot from Bill O'Neill.
That was a great shot. The confidence that Bill O'Neill has and has regained in himself and in his game, in his ability,
Stay down.
coming through once again. 2 more, he moves on. All of his focus now can be on shot making and not a flaw in his physical game.
Two-pin stands.
Belmonte still has a chance. Spare here will be 191. Belmonte needs 2 strikes in the 10th. Just a little bit right of target. Ball doesn't get back up.
There's the 2 on the mark. So Belmonte not shut out on the bench. And an opportunity for the two-hander from down under.
He hasn't struck on this lane since the second frame. His only strike on this lane. Remember the last shot he threw. 5-count washout.
That's what he needs.
What is going through his mind right now?
Oh, this lane has been a huge struggle. Gonna get the first. Yes!
Now he somehow has to find a way to get his body to perform exactly the same way it just did.
Also this week, he loves the big moment, the big crowds, bright lights of TV, and the pressure. Drives on it. Great chance to be back-to-back Player of the Year. Winning this event would take him another step toward that goal. How about another one? You bet!
That would look like it was right of target and it wheeled back. I got to be honest with you, I'm surprised he got back to the pocket. Check this out. There's the airtime. Look at the revolutions. That ball looks like it's going to be wide, and it comes back and absolutely pulverizes the 10-pin.
Now just keep it on the lane. Which he does. He'll take 9. He'll knock off Bill O'Neill. And off to take on Chris Loschetter, the 2 seed. Jason Belmonte, player favorite for Player of the Year again. Does it again. Beats Bill O'Neill. Close match in OKC today. Jason Belmonte now 2-0 all-time head-to-head with Bill O'Neill on TV. Wins by 8 pins with a late rally in the 10th frame. Stepladder bracket, Chris Loschetter won his first career event at the 2013 PBA Summer Swing in Milwaukee. Goes for his second title. He will match up with Belmonte next. The Brands and Ebonite sponsor our look at this week's flashback. Full field, 468 players enter the 2014 USBC Masters at Carolina Lanes in North Brunswick, New Jersey. Only one emerged as the first bowler in over 50 years to win back-to-back Masters titles. It was Jason Belmonte, earning $50,000. Became only the 3rd player in PBA history to win back-to-back Masters titles, joined Billy Whaley and Dick Hoover, in addition to adding to his resume as a serious and likely Player of the Year candidate. Won an event for Jason Belmonte in New Jersey. Back-to-back Player of the Year, Randy. Hasn't happened often. Looks like Belmonte is about to do it.
Look at those names on that list. Some of the greatest players ever graced the hardwood. All Hall of Famers. Pretty good company.
All-time tour titleist Walter Ray Williams Jr. Last to do it, Chris Loschetter, celebrating a birthday in Oklahoma City. 34 years old this week. Would love to celebrate with a victory over Jason Belmonte, trying to climb the ladder in OKC.
Welcome back to the PBA Oklahoma Open on CBS Sports Network.
Why, thank you, Chris Loschetter. Let's take a look at our Columbia 300 fun fact. 10 Hall of Famers have won titles in the great state of Oklahoma. Warren Duke, the only in that list, though, ready to win 2 championships. In the OK State, the 93 USBC Masters, 94 Choice Hotels Classic in Owasso, Oklahoma. Big-time names in that list.
I was just going to say, some great names on that list.
Jason Belmonte, sorry about that, partner. Trying to add his name to that list. Certainly one of the greats of the game.
Loschetter, the higher seed, gets the choice of starting lane, makes Belmonte start, which makes Belmonte finish on the right lane. It's kind of a common theme.
That's the start Belmont wanted.
The number 2 seed is a PBA Tour champion from Avon, Ohio, CeeLo, Chris Loschetter.
Avon not far from Cleveland. The only tour title from last year at the PBA Summer Swing in Milwaukee. He said by far biggest highlight of his career to date. I'd like to add to that. In Oklahoma City. Good start.
Well, I know Chris was really happy winning his first title, but there was a lot of other folks on this tour that were really happy for him, myself included. He's one of the good guys out here.
Left lane doesn't get there. 1, 2, 4, 10. Washout.
Well, it looked like he threw that one pretty poorly. Ball never touched the lane and leaves the washout. That's the lane he picked the finish on, and just needs to make a better shot the next time up on that left lane.
Can he cover? Yes! That spare certainly qualifies as part of our hammer tough spare replay.
Great shot to avoid an open frame. Chris Loschetter gets the ball to the left side of the head pin, drives the head pin into the 10. The ball takes out the 2 and the 4.
Right lane, Belmonte. That's high. Almost got a big break. Leaves just a 10. Could have been much worse.
That ball hit the lane. It looked like it hit tar paper. I mean, it picked up and started to go left very, very quickly.
There's a 10.
I mean, this ball never even thinks about pushing right down the lane. Watch this. Okay, I think I'll start hooking now.
Long-time member, National Australian team for 10 years. 9 PBA Rookie of the Year. Tremendous experience and success for Belmonte.
Have you tried your Australian dialect with Jason yet?
2-pin. I have tried. It's not been very successful.
Yeah?
But he's very forgiving about that.
What did you think about it?
Okay. Not much.
Good, bad, needs work? I mean...
He said not close, but thanks for the effort.
Okay.
He's always fun to talk to, though. Very entertaining and incredible knowledge of the sport. Has taken the success well. Understands about marketing himself on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and others. And it's a 30-year-old, younger set. Those guys really get that.
Yeah.
Chris Loschetter, now as we saw, lives in Avon, Ohio, near Cleveland, but grew up in Melbourne, Florida, my hometown now, adopted hometown. So my house and where he grew up, about 2 miles apart. Small world. On the Space Coast. Almost had a big 4 there. 4, 6, 7 stands, split time for Loschetter.
Another player struggling with the approach is Chris Loschetter. Looks like he sticks on this shot. And I mean, that's not that bad of a shot, but he pays for it. Just an unforgiving bear of an oil pattern. That's why it's named Bear.
Can he convert? No. Finally getting that first career win a year ago. Took so much pressure off of Chris Loschetter.
It really did. You know, that was weighing over on my shoulders a lot, and Constantly when you're bowling, people always go, when are you going to get that first title, when are you going to win? And it's hard. You know, it was really hard to do, and I was probably the last guy of our group that came up to win. But, you know, I finally got it done, and now I can look forward to bigger and better things and, you know, be more successful out here, and my expectations are higher, and I'm trying to live up to those expectations.
That's wide right of target. 1-2-4 stands for Loschetter. Last year's win at the 2013 Lucas Oil PBA Wolf Open in Milwaukee. As we talk to Chris this week, still thinks about that victory, watches the tape back. He said he's seen it at least 50 times on CBS Sports Network on the DVR, just permanently there. We'll go back, reinforce the positivity that came out of his first career triumph. Covers there.
Chris really struggling on that left lane. Back-to-back shots that have missed the head pin completely. Jason Belmonte clean through 3 frames. Chris Loschetter has got an open in the 3rd.
Oh my goodness me.
6 up for Belmonte.
I don't think I need to tell anybody he didn't like this shot. As soon as he let go of it, I bet he's very pleased that he only left the 6 pin.
There's the 6, there's his mark. The barrel oil pattern we talked about, Randy, by the broadcast, continues to break down. It was difficult at the start. Now,
yeah, and it really hasn't developed into anything better. You know, you would think that over time, throwing enough bowling balls in the same area of the lane, you know, these urethane bowling balls actually absorb oil, and I think they would create maybe a little bit of dry to the right that the players could actually use as some mistake room, but it just hasn't developed into that.
But it has led to very close, exciting matches. Got that here again. Left lane, all 10 down for Belmonte. That's much better. A year ago, Lucas Oil PBA Wolf Open in Milwaukee. Randy, you and I called it on CBS Sports Network. Different hair look there for Loschetter. Great result, first career title. Something I'll never forget.
Yeah, it was a great day for Chris. He bowled phenomenal, and look at some of these players that he had to beat.
Wow. Duke and Weber.
It was a great show. He was the #1 seed, and when he needed it for the title, he got it.
Now a great chance for career win #2. On the right lane, way light, way off target. 1-2 still standing.
It's hard to throw.
Not close.
Well, this bowling ball is certainly not grabbing the lane strong enough for Chris, and just a little bit right of target whiffs the head pin.
Does cover. Savage fair.
Yeah, the logical move would be, if he's going to stay with that bowling ball, you need to get softer with the speed so that the ball has a chance to pick up and read the lane surface. As you see his arsenal, he's throwing a high road pearl.
Where's that?
Looks like he might make a ball change.
Wife Aaron, left your screen.
No ball change yet.
Offering her support, help him try to find that ball as well. 1, 2, 4, 10. Washout again. We've seen a lot of these, Randy.
I mean, he just can't believe that the ball won't pick up and hook. He's got to go to a stronger ball, or he's got to soften up his speed. He's missed the head pin 4 out of the last 5 shots.
Does cover very nicely on the left lane. Down goes the 10. It's a mark for Loschetter. And he's in quite a battle with likely player of the year, Jason Belmonte from New South Wales, Australia. Big pickup, Loschetter. Great match from OKC. We're going to hit our match. In the 6th frame, Jason Belmonte in the right lane. Went high in his first shot. Left a 5-9, hit a spare. 7th, left a 9-pin spare. Loschetter in his 7th. On the right lane went light. Left a 2-5 spare. 8th frame after a ball change. Left lane 3-6-10. He left and did spare. So you're caught up. 8 for Belmonte. Comes in high, 6-pin stands.
Well, this is as ugly as it gets. We've got 3 strikes in this entire match. E.J. Tackett waiting to take on the winner of this match, and E.J. wanted a battle. He wanted a real ugly fight, and he's going to get it. The lanes are about as bad as they get.
Thank you.
This would be the equivalent to a reverse block. Normally in a house pattern, you have slide boards to the outside and oil that migrates and gets heavier as you move towards the middle part of the lane. Well, imagine this as an upside down saucer or an upside down bowl. That's what they're bowling on. When they get it right of target, it hangs. When they get it inside of target, it hooks. It's the hardest oil pattern you can ever compete on.
And yet, E.J. Tackett, our #1 seed, chose it. We'll see how he fares in the championship match. Belmonte would like to face him there. Left lane, double wood, 2-8 stands.
When he gets it right of target and it doesn't hook back, nobody else is getting it back. This ball bounces a little bit, took a little bit of the mustard off of that shot, but still looked plenty good enough to get back to the 1-3. Instead, he leaves the 2-8. Belmonte holding on to a 19-pin lead, but Loschetter not threatening in any way. His only strike came in the first frame, did Lochetter's. The battle of attrition continues. I mean, this is just an ugly, ugly battle. Belmonte clean through 9 frames. That's the reason why he's got a 19-pin lead. Chris Loschetter has made the washout in this match twice. No way. The only reason why he's only trailing by 19.
I'll take that as a sign.
Light flicker. Everything's fine. He could use some intervention right here. Foundation frame, neat strikes in a hurry, and it crosses over. He gets a Brooklyn strike. So maybe as White Baron enjoys that strike, finally, just his second of the match. At first, since the first frame from Loschetter, he'll take a re-rack here and think it over.
A little divine intervention with the Brooklyn there, huh? Well, he switched to this ball in the 8th frame and went high. This one crosses over Brooklyn. Let's see what he's got left here on the left lane. If he strikes out, he shoots 195. Jason Belmonte right now is going at a 194 pace.
But that won't happen. 2-pin stands.
Wow, that was a pretty good shot. And again, you see the result. Tough to bowl on, tough to comment about. It's just tough. Looks pretty good, and it just never gets back up the hill.
4-12 all-time, career record on TV. It's the first ever TV appearance head-to-head between these two. He's in serious trouble.
That's the one he wanted. Unfortunately, it's too late. Belmonte just needs to stay behind the foul line and keep the ball on the lane, and he's going to bull E.J. Tackett for the title.
Just 6 necessary for Jason Belmonte. How about 10? There's a clincher for Jason Belmonte from New South Wales, Australia. He's bidding for his 10th career title. It could come today in Oklahoma City. It wasn't pretty, but Jason Belmonte is knocked off Chris Loschetter, 194-175 to advance to the championship match of the Oklahoma Open. He'll take on E.J. Tackett, and yes, it's a rematch of this year's USBC Masters in New Jersey. Same scenario. Tackett was the top seed. Belmonte, the 5 seed, climbed the ladder and beat E.J. It's time for a rematch in Oklahoma City. A title on the line. All right, Randy, how do we get to this point of the match? Let's take a look at the Geico Championship recap.
Well, in match number 1, Jason Belmonte took on Tommy Jones. Jason stepped up in the 10th frame, looking to throw 3 in a row to put all the pressure back on Tommy Jones. Tommy needed to do the same. Instead, he goes light. Belmonte wins 187-171. Then in match number 2, Belmonte took on Bill O'Neill. Bill O'Neill could have struck out the 10th frame to win the match. He got the first hit. He got 9 on his second ball, which forced Belmonte to throw a double. Belmonte steps up and steps up brilliantly. He wins 199-191. Then in match number 3, Belmonte took on Chris Loschetter. Loschetter having trouble getting his ball to the pocket. Splits, washouts. Belmonte pulls a flawless, clean game. No open frames. There's his fill shot. He takes down Loschetter 194-175. Dave Ryan, we have yet to have a game over 200 today.
It is shocking. On this challenging bare oil pattern selected by E.J. Tackett, the top seed. E.J.'s only 21 years old, bidding for his first career title. And as he told us this week, you bet he remembers the Masters. Did not envision the same scenario. That Belmonte would climb the ladder again. Round 2 underway with a strike from Jason Belmonte.
The tournament leader is the Harry Golden PBA Rookie of the Year, looking for his first PBA Tour title from Huntington, Indiana, E.J. Tackett.
Eddie Dean Jr. E.J., fantastic golfer. And a great bowler as well. His first shot, great start. On the right land, drags the rack.
The one thing that E.J. Tackett can do is match Jason Belmonte's power.
And at the Masters, runner-up to Jason Belmonte. Same exact situation. Hard to believe. Here we are again. I'm sure Jay's thinking about that. Wanted so badly to get that first title. He's been waiting. He's been watching. Now it's go time. What a start for the kid.
I asked E.J. Tackett what's his favorite tournament to bowl out here on tour, and he told you and I it was the U.S. Open. Go figure, he picked this oil pattern.
Same 40-foot pattern. It is challenging. It's a grind for these great bowlers. Randy correctly put it out. No one over 200. It's hard to believe. Maybe that changes. Belmonte, right lane, help on the 10, no. It stands.
It's 40 feet of water hazards, OB stakes, and bunkers.
Tough for a golfer, tough for a bowler, right?
Really is. Check this out. Notice something different. Ball return cover is gone because Belmonte has to somehow find a way to walk around it. Look out.
Watch it, missed it. Into the channel.
Almost there.
And misses the single pin. Spare conversion. That is shocking.
Just a lapse of concentration right there. You don't see this happen very often. The top players out here on tour are also very good spare shooters, and that one just gets away from Belmonte. The mental lapse is understandable, though, because the players are throwing a lot of shots, and this has just been an absolute mental grind for the players.
2-pin on the left lane.
Still working the approach with his left foot. See, this ball bounces just a little bit, but it looked like it was a little wide of target. He's not having a whole lot of fun with the approaches today.
I thought the uproll was good. It never hooked.
Get you back off. Make it one right. And get it just a face a little different.
Jim Callahan and Jason Belmonte discussing the strategy after the last shot he threw on the left lane. E.J. Tackett has got an early double. Could we see a 200 game?
Kids back up, and this one is wide right. One washout. 1, 2, 6, 8, 10. Yikes.
This ball goes right through the spot, and you can see that what happens when you get it just a little bit right of target on this oil pattern. He's going to try to get the ball right over into here and drive the head pin into the 610.
Cannot convert. Open frame. So each of the bowlers in the championship round now have open. See how EJ, only 21 years old, responds.
Lost a ton of count. When you're on a double and you get 5 on the next shot, you lose pin count. Belmonte now only trails by 3.
That's off target as well. Way light. 1, 2, 4 up.
Back-to-back shots of whiffing the head pin.
After a great start. So the double to begin the match.
This is all about patience right now and just making shots, filling frames.
He told us his big key, keep the feet slow, keep the mind at ease. A lot of pressure for a youngster, only 21 years old, bidding for his first career PBA Tour title. Moving ahead in our match, Jason Belmonte, E.J. Tackett, all even. The title match of the PBA Oklahoma Open. Belmonte struck in the 4th and the 5th. Left the 3-6-10, opened, leaving the 6-10. Struck in the 6th. Left lane, all 10 down for Belmonte. E.J. Tackett's 5th after Belmonte's open in his 5th frame was up 17 on the bench. But he went 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 super washout and left an open frame. And then in the 6th, he struck as we check his arsenal.
He was using a travel fire, but I think he switched to an octane now. Jason Belmonte looking at his scorecard. If he makes a spare in the 2nd and the 5th, this match isn't even close as it sits right now.
Still can't find the pocket. 2, 8, 10 split, double wood, and
Bailed.
right lane has been a nightmare for Tackett.
Well, the ball change looked really good on the left lane. He threw a strike on that lane, but right lane, not so much. 2-8-10.
Doesn't cover, whiffs all three. Pins another open frame. Big trouble for EJ. Now you can outfit yourself like the pros with official PBA jerseys that are available exclusively at PBA.com. The jerseys are made from high-performance fabric and can be customized for each person or team. Head to PBA.com today. Click on the custom jersey link to get started. EJ Tackett takes a re-rack. Try to stabilize himself here, Randy, a little bit. Only 21 years old, and things are completely falling apart for him on that right lane.
Unraveling.
Left lane, needs it quickly, does have 10 down. And Belmonte has a massive opening. 26 pins, looks for the turkey here, can increase the lead to 36 and set himself up nicely for his 10th career title. Big strike, Belmonte.
A three-bagger. 3 great shots from Belmonte to take full advantage of his opponent's miscues. Wow, did that ball go through the pins hard. Belmonte has positioned himself to repeat once again from the 5th seed against the same opponent, EJ Tackett.
We clearly have a theme, a storyline, a rivalry developing between the top player in the world, likely player of the year, again, Jason Belmonte, and young EJ Tackett from Huntington, Indiana, still bidding for his first career title. Belmonte looks for the 4-bagger. Foundation frame across the deck, but number 10 still stands.
Wow, that was a great shot. Just messengers flying everywhere, but unfortunately for Belmonte, they went in front of the 10-pin. Watch this pin action. Lofts it just short of the arrows at about 14 feet, 15 feet, and just head pin runs into, looked like the 4-pin coming across in front of the 10. He's already missed 2 spares.
Not this time, though. This late in the match, that would be deadly. 35-pin lead for Belmonte. EJ's foundation frame works on a strike. He struck only 4 times. Open up with a double. EJ's family here. Mom Angie, brother Zach, watching that shot again off target and a 10-pin.
If you folks are wondering what the lowest score in a title match was, it was 1983. Dennis Jakes versus Joe Staten. Dennis Jakes won 163 to 133. Right now, Jason Belmonte is at 193.
Look out!
EJ Tackett at 160 after that missed spare. Excuse me, at 140 after that missed spare. This match is over. Belmonte repeats once again from the 5 spot against EJ Tackett.
What a tough outing for such a talented young bowler, EJ Tackett. Only a second-year pro, just 21 years old. 2-pin up on the left lane. Great golfer we talked about. His career best, he told us, a 62.
He's a really good kid.
He's won roughly 15 golf tournaments and 20 bowling titles, junior variety. Nothing on the PBA Tour yet. And he said to us he seriously considered pursuing professional golf. He's that good. Ever played with him?
I never have. But himself and Ronnie Russell is probably a coin toss between the two of them as to who's the best player on the tour, or on this tour.
Golfer, that is.
Correct.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's true, EJ.
Didn't see this coming. I thought EJ would perform much better than 140.
Reigning Rookie of the Year struggled today on the oil pattern he selected at the top seed.
He got off to a great start, too. He struck in the first 2 frames.
Belmonte has wrapped it up. He'll just spill here, but it's over. Jason Belmonte has clinched his 10th career title. And if there was any doubt he would repeat as Player of the Year, I think that is over now. There's another strike, and the Aussie can celebrate. 2 summer swings, 2 titles, maybe another event win in the summer of the swing. The resume build for Belmonte. Double wood, there it is. Time to celebrate in Oklahoma City for Jason Belmonte of Australia.
Storm, high five, Servo, Dexter, Cloud Construct. Thank you so much. This is tough. This is a tough one. Aria, Hugo, Kimberly, I love you very much. I can't wait to get home.
Shout out to his sponsors and his family back home in Australia. Another win from the 5th position over the top seed, EJ Tackett. Jason Belmonte climbs a ladder to victory in Oklahoma City today.
Oklahoma's Grand Casino Resort PBA Summer Swing Oklahoma Open is brought to you by Ebonite, Bowl It Forward, and by Dexter, the #1 bowling shoe in the world.
Historic Santa Fe Depot in nearby Shawnee, Oklahoma. Jason Belmonte, 10th career win, 193, 145. We didn't get over 200, incredibly enough, throughout the entire tournament. And this match, the Oklahoma Open step-ladder bracket, all the way up the ladder. Belmonte from Australia from the 5th position takes down EJ Tackett in the title match easily. Randy Peterson joined by Belmonte.
Thanks, Dave. Jason, congratulations. What a grind out. How does it feel to win for the 10th time in this venue?
Mate, it's unreal. The Grand Casino here in Oklahoma put on an unbelievable arena for us to play in. So it's really, really cool to be able to look around and see so many people and win your 10th title.
Got to ask you, I mean, it was really tough to call, and it's really hard for me as an announcer to explain to the viewing audience exactly what's going on the lanes. No 200 games. What did you see out there?
There was just no clean transition. It wasn't like we got 3 or 4 frames where everything kind of felt comfortable, where we could maybe string a few strikes. I always felt like we were fighting the lanes every single frame, and then you overcompensate sometimes and you throw them out the window, or you kind of yank it a little left, and then by the end there, oh, mate, it was difficult out there. I mean, even the spare ball was hooking a lot, and I think if then we had to play another couple of games out here, I don't know if I could loft it far enough.
What does that do to you mentally?
It's just a grind, you know, and that's kind of what the Bear Open pattern is. You know, we go into this tournament knowing that 190 to 220 is a really, really solid game. I didn't think 190s would be enough to win on TV, but you never know with this pattern. It's just, it's brutal.
Toughest pattern you've ever bowled on?
The Bear in the US Open. Toughest patterns I've ever bowled on, that's for sure.
Jason, congratulations. Enjoy win number 10.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason Belmonte. Randy, great work there. Let's recap what we've seen so far. The Summer Swing on CBS Sports Network. First, the Wolf, won by Sean Rash, had a 300 game, and then took home the championship. Was he excited? His wife and young daughter, Kaylee. What a moment for that family. And the PBA Bear Open here in OKC. Ronnie Russell second career title, first championship won on U.S. soil for the native of Indiana. Trophy raising time for him. Then the Badger Open. Great championship match. Brian Valenta from outside Chicago. Bill O'Neill from near Philly. And Bill needed a double in the 10th. And got it. Fifth career title for Bill O'Neill. Bill O'Neill is the top seed for the King of the Swing. To wrap up our summer swing in OKC, Jason Belmonte, by winning today's event, the Oklahoma Open is there. Rash Russell and Tommy Jones is the wild card as well. Great day of bowling here in Oklahoma City. The bottom line, as Randy and Jason Belmonte talked about a moment ago, was not fantastic bowling. No one got over 200 in this TV show today, but the bottom line, Jason Belmonte does win his 10th career title, and if there's any doubt he was going to be the runaway player of the year in the PBA Tour, I think that's over now. Jason Belmonte will be the player of the year. For the first time since 97-98 with Walter Ray Williams Jr., we will have back-to-back player of the year winners. It'll be Belmonte this year. Great day bowling, and that wraps it up. Congratulations to Belmo, winner of the 2014 Oklahoma Open, part of the Oklahoma's Grand Casino Resort PBA Summer Swing. Be sure to be with us next week for the Oklahoma's Grand Casino and Resort King of the Swing telecast at 7 Eastern. And for complete post-game coverage of today's event, head to PBA.com's Extra Frame right after the conclusion of our show. For a preview of next week's telecast, check out Extra Frame on Monday. For my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Randy Peterson, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from the Grand Casino Resort in Oklahoma City. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Jason Belmonte, double-digit career wins. Number 10 comes today at OKC.